I stumbled into my apartment, my mind still spinning from the whirlwind of the past few weeks. Exhausted, I collapsed onto the couch and reached for my phone. Once again, Bastian's number went straight to voicemail, but the daily barrage of notifications from his YouTube channel assured me he was alive and well, already capitalizing on our misadventures. Unlock the Secrets of Atlantis, one clickbaity title proclaimed, followed by The Incredible Origins of the Antikythera Mechanism, the next day. I had no doubt that psychedelics, poppy goddesses, and the Phaistos disc would all make appearances soon enough. If there was one thing Bastian Ham excelled at, it was monetizing a juicy story. At least Regina was on the mend. We'd spoken briefly while I was still in Athens, her voice strained but filled with determination as she explained her decision to stay in Greece a bit longer, to forge stronger bonds with her sisters in the order.
But when I'm back in the city, you'd better have a feast waiting for me.
She'd teased, and I could practically hear her smile through the phone. And then there was me, pacing the confines of my shoebox apartment, caught in an endless loop of indecision. My inbox overflowed with emails from the rag, their tone growing more impatient and demanding with each unanswered message. They were salivating over the story behind Hathaway's disappearance, dangling promises of wealth and acclaim in exchange for the exclusive scoop. I couldn't deny the temptation. A bi-weekly paycheck and an escape from this cramped Hoboken flat sounded like a dream after the financial strain of funding my own travel. But every time I sat down to write the piece my editor so desperately wanted, the faces of my heroes danced before my eyes. An ancient scribe, Elizebeth, Ethel, Mercy, the brave souls of the Cretan resistance, and countless others who had sacrificed everything in the pursuit of truth. And then there were the unsung heroes, the librarians and archivists at the British School at Athens, painstakingly digitizing the John Pendlebury family papers and blogging about Mercy's achievements so that they wouldn't be lost to time. And of course, there were the mighty academics at Yale, who had the foresight and courage to open-source the Voynich Manuscript research and the Voynich family archive, inviting a multidisciplinary gang of ninjas to join the hunt for answers. There was wisdom in that approach. The same collaborative, interdisciplinary approach that had allowed John Cyrodakis and his colleagues in the Antikythera Mechanism research project to crack the secrets of that ancient wonder. We walk farther when we walk together, pooling our knowledge and resources in the service of a common goal. How could I do justice to their stories in a 3,000-word fluff piece, watered down and sanitized for mass consumption? The very thought made my stomach churn. I couldn't betray their legacies like that, couldn't sacrifice authenticity on the altar of page views and ad revenue. For a fleeting moment, I considered joining forces with Bastian, throwing myself into the YouTube fray and fighting for scraps of attention in the soulless arena of algorithms and trending tags. So many great educators and charismatic communicators managed to cut through despite everything. But the idea of plastering my face across thumbnails and competing with conspiracy theorists for clicks left a bitter taste in my mouth. That path wasn't for me. No, I realized with sudden clarity, there was only one way forward. I had to tell this story on my own terms, in my own voice. And that meant starting my own publishing company, embracing the freedom and responsibility that came with charting my own course. Books had always been my first love. And what better medium to explore the nuances and complexities of this tale? To weave together fact and fiction, history and speculation, all through the lens of my own experiences and sensibilities. It would be a tightrope act balancing rigor and readability, but I was determined to make it work. Sir Arthur Evans, problematic as he was, had understood the power of narrative. He'd transformed Knossos into a household name, while Monastiraki languished in obscurity, all through the alchemy of storytelling. Knowledge may be power, but story is the spark that ignites the imagination, that inspires us to care and to question and to act. So I won't write a dry academic tome, nor will I churn out a sensationalized exposé. Instead, I will craft our story, our truth, with all the creative flourishes and personal touches that make it uniquely mine. Because in the end, that's all any of us can do. Assemble the fragments of history and legend, hold them up to the light of our own understanding, and share what we see with the world. And share I did. For months, I poured myself into this manuscript, my trusty keyboard clacking away day and night, through weekends and holidays. I wrote with a passion I'd never known before, the words flowing through me in an unstoppable current, until at last, I reached this final passage. But there's something you need to know, dear reader. Something raw and real and terrifying. The book is finished, but my journey is far from over. As I type these words, my bank account dwindles to double digits. The future stretches before me, vast and uncertain, and I'm scared. Scared that I've poured my heart and soul into this labor of love, and it still won't be enough. That I'll have to go crawling back to the rag, tail between my legs, a failure. So, if this story has touched you in any way, if it's ignited even the tiniest spark of curiosity or empathy or wonder, please, leave a review. Recommend it to a friend. Or perhaps drop me a line on social media using the hashtag #TheXFiles and let me know how it made you feel. Because knowing that my words have reached even one kindred spirit, that they've made a difference in some small way, that's what will keep me going. That's what will give me the strength to keep chasing the truth no matter where it leads. There's just one last thing I need to do, one more leap of faith to take. I open my laptop and, with shaking fingers, type out a message to Bastian and Regina. Hey team, I think I know where one of the 9 Realms scrolls is. Meet me at JFK tomorrow, 6 p.m. We've got a mystery to solve. Love, Rosie. P.S. I attach the manuscript of my upcoming novel. I hover over the send button, heart in my throat. I was revealing too much. So much. This story has already cost me everything. My stability, my certainty, my last few $1,000s. But in the end, it's not even a choice. The siren song of the unknown is calling, and I am powerless to resist. The message whooshes into the digital ether, and with it, the last of my reservations. Come what may, I'm ready to face a certain X, and to jump headfirst into the next rabbit hole. My pen name is Amalia Rose, and this is my story. 17th of June 2024.